filming a video for his channel.
Yes, where we tried what happens if you have a ring on you while you solder LiPo batteries. What can happen?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. You got to see it. It's in the description. And now we want to try something for my channel, which is anodizing aluminum.
It's
pretty cool. And here we are.
Oh, it's fun.
A lot. So what is anodizing?
It's actually a way of putting a protective coating on aluminium.
But you can also color aluminum, right?
Actually it's the oxide layer that you put on that's colored as pores.
So it's really complicated stuff. You can go super deeply into that. But what I want to try to give is like the basics to do it. And then you can keep experimenting and go super specific and do all kind of stuff.
Yeah, it gets pretty complicated, but yeah, we have a simple way. This is the first test we did.
Yeah.
Turned out great.
It did not, but the second one was promising, right?
I think so too.
So what you need is just one of these and one of these. The names are in the description because I know them, but like, right?
Actually, you just need a plastic bowl.
Yeah, this I found this on the flea market for 50 euro, which is look cool for this video.
I know, right? All right, let's do it.
We need a part though. Let's see one.
Oh, yeah. Tormac, here we go.
So we just designed something pretty cool.
Yes, we did.
A slingshot, a micro one.
Oh, tiny.
Tiny. So if everything goes right, we're gonna have an aluminum part out of this amazing machine that I love more than myself.
Really, that's quite a lot. It's absolutely.
There's actually a reason why we're doing this kind of experimentation, which is we're developing a product that we're gonna launch on Kickstarter very soon.
Oh!
Yeah, we wanna see how it would look anodized and things, but I can't say much more than that for now. Now we have a really beautiful mini micro slingshot.
Yes, you milled that well nice, I have to say.
I know, right? It's gonna be so great, but it's gonna be even greater when we're gonna make it pink.
To do that, what we need to do?
We need to start with like a degreaser, which is this one.
So just throw it in.
So you wanna have the part to be super clean.
Yes, super clean, otherwise the result's gonna be really crappy. So a degreaser.
It's gonna be pretty crappy anyway, but
it's gonna be less crappy if you clean it first. Yes, the part needs to be super clean, otherwise it's not gonna get color where there's fat. Okay, so we wipe that off a little bit and then we're gonna rinse it.
This is just distilled water, right?
Yes. Okay, so next step is usually I just spray it down with some alcohol because
usually like we do this often, right? It's not the third time we do it.
New spot on the rag.
Like you can actually
put it down.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're gonna open up the pores on this.
How do we do that?
We need some basic stuff. Yeah, we need some basic stuff, which is somewhere. It's hiding.
Caustic soda.
Yes, it's a very basic thing. Basic as in it's the opposite of an acid.
Yeah.
So this attacks the outer layer of the aluminium. It actually removes the oxide layer.
So what do we have here? We have some caustic soda, like how much? A bunch?
Yeah, 2 bunches. The more you have, the faster it goes.
In
and
just
the more
water, right?
In just plain water, yeah. So now this part is like it's bubbling a little bit. So this is almost going to be done. After that, we're just going to rinse it.
Okay, normally you have to do like calculation about surface area and stuff like that, but we want to avoid that to make it super easy.
See?
And just go by feel. And the feel you want to have here is the color should be darker.
Yeah, a little bit darker. It should be a little bit like gunmetal gray.
Okay.
I think that's pretty good. Yeah.
So it's like more, it's kind of brushed kind of thing, right?
Yeah, the longer you leave it in, the more it eats from the surface. So you can get like a really matte finish if you want to.
And I don't know if you can see it, but it is a little darker.
Yes,
Close
we don't
up,
want to. We're not going to leave it in for that long because we don't need it, but you can.
So yeah, now it looks fine.
Yep.
We rinse it
off
with some distilled water.
See?
Like so.
Yeah, you always want to rinse in between. You don't want anything of anything. If you don't rinse in between this step and going into the acid, it's going to explode. So I highly recommend not doing that.
Yes. Then we need our anode to be attached to a piece of aluminum.
Yeah, we're not going to wipe that. Yes, this is a welding rod, right? TIG welding rod. Super easy to find. You want it to contact really well because the current's going to flow through this. Wherever the wire touches, it's not going to get color or not as good of a color.
In this case, we're lucky because we have holes, so it's pretty convenient.
Yep.
Look at that.
So we're going to hang that in the axis.
Let's do it. I'll see. So this is the anodizing station.
Yes.
And what is it made of?
This is sulfuric acid or battery acid. Like comes in a bottle. This is ridiculously dangerous.
Yes.
If you get one drop of this in your eye, you're gonna get blind.
Oh, did you try that?
Yeah.
So it's mixed in water, but
Yes.
it's like 19% what we use, right?
Yeah, roughly.
Kind of. Then what else do we need?
We need a cathode? Or like
Cathode. How do I remember what is cathode and what is anode?
Panic.
Oh, panic. Positive anode, negative is
Cathode.
cathode. Or you actually can remember it because we are anodizing the part. So the anode is what we anodize.
Yes, so anode plus is gonna go to the part. Negative to, in this case, we have a lead plate, but you can use another aluminum plate. And then we're gonna pump current through it.
How much?
Depends on the surface area, but
normally you have to do like super complicated calculation about the surface area and all that. But since we want to do it super basic, we're just gonna do like 0.8, which is what by our test is like kind of a sweet spot. And then we're gonna leave it in as long as we think it's right. But we're gonna talk about that later.
Yeah, when it looks fine.
Let me fix it.
Yeah, you want it not to touch the bottom, but be all the way submerged. I'm gonna hook this up.
Okay, we want to hook the plus, the positive. Okay, and then let's switch it on. You see, it's starting bubbling. I don't know if you can see it like from really close.
So you know it's working if there's small bubbles forming on the surface that's letting loose. We're gonna leave this in for like 20-30 minutes to start with. Come back.
Actually, we're gonna check it out in half an hour and then we'll see. All right?
Yeah. That's a lot of walking back and forth.
It is. Let's talk about pigment because we want to color the part. Like,
exactly.
We don't just want to anodize it, but we want to add color to the anodization, right?
Exactly. There's pores open and we're gonna fill those pores with color. But what color are we gonna use?
Well, the pigments for anodization. Normally you want to buy like pigments made for anodization, but we don't want to find, I mean, we can't find that really easy, and it's really easy to find pigments for the inkjet. This is like refill, the cheap kind.
Yeah, it's still more expensive than your blood, but anyway.
Yeah, this is like the most expensive liquid in the world. And we want to mix this with distilled water. So we're just going to put a bunch, as usual.
Yes, and the size of the bunch dictates like how strong the color is going to be.
Yeah, which is called concentration. Normally you want to shot for a color that you know it's going to be lighter when it's going to be anodized.
Yes. Yeah, this is going to last forever.
Nice. Well, that's good news. Also, we wanted to add like yellow to make it redder, but apparently we don't have yellow. In the box, we have the yellow thing, but it's a black. Anyway.
This looks like from the 90s.
Yeah, probably it is.
Yeah.
Anyway, hopefully it's gonna work. Then we want the pigment to be warmer, right?
Yes, it needs to be up to 50 degrees. So shoot between 30 and 50 degrees.
Okay.
Otherwise it doesn't absorb it as well.
Plus, to close the pores and seal the colors, we wanna boil the part, right?
Yeah, so after we're done the coloring, we're gonna throw it in the pot underneath here, and that's gonna seal it.
Okay, so since we're having like the water warming up, we're gonna put this on.
Yeah, might as well. Free energy, right?
Yeah, and then once in a while we check what it is. Like when the part is gonna be ready, probably this is gonna be warm enough to do all the things.
See, so now we just wait. Okay, it's been half an hour-ish. So I'm turning this off.
That is off. We rinse it off with water. So now we're gonna put it in the pigment.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it there for roughly 10 minutes.
Yes, and hopefully
Perhaps.
it's gonna work.
Yeah. Okay, so we left it in here for roughly an hour. We went to lunch. So it was in there for 30 minutes and here for like an hour.
Yeah, the good thing is that you can come and check the result, which is, oh, look at that.
That is so intense.
It looks like we know what we're doing.
I know, right? It's perfect.
Yeah, it's pretty.
It's exactly the color of the liquid. It's just not translucent. So it's like, oh, it's so good. It's almost perfect.
Love it. So we rinse it in water now, and then we have to seal it.
Yes, and to do that, we're gonna boil it.
Let's go. Finally, the last part, the boiling water.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it looks so good. So how long do we gonna leave it there?
Like half an hour. Like, I don't know, just like, it sounds
More
like
than half an hour, right?
Yeah, so it should be at least 80 degrees in the pot, and that's gonna seal the pores and make it very scratch resistant and tough.
Oh, this is looking really good. Oh my God, it's so nice.
Ain't it? Like, it looks like we know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Like, it's really like, yeah, it works really.
I can't wait to try it out.
Yeah, me too. Let's do it. It's
Right
a
now.
slingshot.
Yes.